Hello and welcome to Up and Under. I'm Anton Taylor and this is...
Sylvan Gessie, the man who's crazy about rugby.
Well, look, a bit of a disappointing result over the weekend. You know, Siv, I go and get my back and shoulder hair waxed, and I'd say that's probably a bit less painful than watching the DHL Stormers lose. But though, give credit to the Bulls, you know, and the boys did have to travel to Loftus. Very physical game. It started off a bit like a test match, very bruising encounter, a lot of penalties being exchanged, and then things started to, you know, get a bit more exciting as the game progressed.
Definitely, I spoke to Sia during the weekend, and even he said he got some bruises on him. To be able to see bruises on him is quite a feat. But I have to be honest, it is difficult to go to Loftus and play the Bulls. The gears there is incredible. It was an unbelievable bruising encounter. The boys really put their hearts and souls and their bodies on the line. In the first half, pretty much penalties, left, right, and center penalties. A lot of kicking, which for me is hard to watch when I see a lot of kicking. But I think everything was won by the forwards up front. You know, the forwards were really working hard. Really great to see that the boys can knuckle down and play in those rucks. But I'm really surprised that the Stormers took it up front so hard against the Bulls. I would expected them to try run it wide. We have the faster little nippy, there's Colby from the back, some fast little forwards.
Well, Robbie Fleck after the match did comment that he thought that the Bulls slowed down the play. And I think that slower tempo really did suit them better than it suited us. Look, the Van Zyl try from the Serpentine kick was a very good way for the Bulls to break the deadlock. And I think that really was a turning point in the match for them. But then our try was, pretty good. I was very excited to see Dialende crossing over. I think the boy could be coming back to his 2015 glory, getting back to that form. But it must be said, a very good drop goal by Skuman. I think it was great because we kept on attacking and we put the pressure on the Bulls, and they had to get that drop goal to ensure that they would walk away with the victory.
Another thing for me that I found quite interesting about the game, I think we have our backline is very fierce. So I was quite surprised by every time we took it back to the forwards. Their forwards are quite they know how to grind out to win. So I would have loved to see it spreading it wide and running it and being able to see Colby stepping a couple of fat forwards. Big bone forwards. But one thing that is positive, that we do have an easier road than the Bulls coming up. We have some relatively easy. We're playing Cheetahs still, Rebels, so we could still get into those playoffs and we could do it.
Yeah, well, the Bulls are playing the Lions next weekend. I think we do have sometimes, perhaps don't account our chickens before they hatch, but we do maybe have a bit of an easier path there. And maybe, they say you can't appreciate the top of the mountain until you've been in the shadow of the valley. So this will make us more appreciative at the end of the season.
Let's check out top tries.
Well, let's start off looking at this try by the Reds. It's every tight forward's dream. We've got Karevi, he draws 3 people. Then Frisbee gives it out to Neville. And this chap there, there's just acres of space and you can just see the joy. I don't know how often that happens in a tight five's career, but he certainly savored it, and that one's for the big boys.
Another great try by Horn. Falau passing the ball, and as you think they are going to knock it on, it goes off to the foot, chips it through, and scores a try right in the corner and slides with the water.
Well, here we have a try where fashion mixes with attacking play for the Sunwolves. PC and Yamada interplaying well, and then Carpenter with that man bun. That is a really well designed bun, and maybe giving him that boost of pace as he crosses over.
Another great try by the Blues. What I love about the New Zealand teams is that they're able to pass behind the back, which distracts the defense, right? So what happens is 1, 2, 3 passes behind the back, Moala, right? Draws people in, passes the lead, and scores in the corner. Great try by the Blues, and I wish some of the South African teams could learn that pass behind the back trick, because it's working.
Well, now we're moving on to the Lions. These chaps were cooking over the weekend. They were running the ball from all places, all over the field. And Skorsan started off with a great run by Whiteley. He gets the ball, and it looks like on a TV game where you've got a fast player and he just moves too fast with opposition, just gasses everyone to cross over. Great try.
Another try by the Lions, a man who's having a blinder of a year, the man who celebrates with that's what he does. Mapu scores an unbelievable try. The Lions ran it from the 22. A steal from the line out. Pass. Wing draws the gun outside, hands him off, passes it to Mapu, and once again, he's actually bigger and faster than he looks. Has to work hard on the 22 and scores an unbelievable try right here.
Well, now moving to the Sharks, where Patrick Lambie has been cooking since coming out of injury. JPC Peterson with a perfectly placed kick goes over his head. Lambie catches it. I don't know what he's been doing in his injury. Definitely probably sprint training, because this gas is new to me. Runs a huge amount of distance and crosses over. He's breathing, I think, down Alton's neck for the number 10 green and gold jersey.
And I'm telling you, you know when it's your day, it's your day. Harris from the Rebels had an unbelievable day. He was breaking the line left, right, and center. I had a history teacher called Harris, and he was a disciplinarian, and Harris was disciplining that line. What a blinder.
Well, I want you to have a look here at this footage of the Chiefs playing telepathically. I don't know if their coach has been teaching them Jedi mind tricks or they have to play with blindfolds, but something is going on because they just seem to know where the other guy's going to be.
Ruan Combrick had an unbelievable game. He was breaking the lines, he was scoring the tries, and he was converting the kicks. What more do you need from a player? Unbelievable future ahead of him. I can't wait to see more.
Well, the Sharks put on a very dominant performance this weekend, but something which should be noted is they didn't give away 1 point in their 53-0 victory. That's quite something. The Kings can be quite explosive. They have moments of brilliance, but not 1 point given. That's pretty beastly.
Not even 1 point?
Not even one.
Not even one?
Very stingy.
What an unbelievable tackle on Colby by Ishmael. Now let's be honest, Colby is like an unbelievable dancer, dancing left, right, and center. It's always a pleasant for him to see, but that was an unbelievable tackle, and that's coming from a blue and white supporter. And on the radar. A very sad day for Blitzbokke rugby and South African rugby, but an unbelievable day for Scottish rugby. The inventors of Sevens Rugby won their first Sevens tournament ever. It was their first final, and they beat the Blitzbokke, which is South Africa.
Well, look, I mean, I never like seeing the Blitzbokke lose, but you've got to be happy for the Scottish. You know how the English created cricket and soccer and then they never win it? It's a bit like that for the Scottish. You know, they've had a bit of a hard time in rugby over the years, and, you know, it was a bit unfortunate what happened, you know, in Braveheart. So I was happy that they could, you know, have this achievement and you know, have something to really cheer for.
All right, Blitzbokke went with an L, and the DHL Stormers didn't quite win the game, but Anton Taylor, I'm looking forward to the road ahead for the DHL Stormers. I'm feeling very, very positive. We have a few games left. The boys are looking good. I spoke to a couple of them. They're feeling very, very positive. They can do it, and we've got reasonably, there's never an easy rugby game, but I feel like we could take the points and we could win this trophy.
Well, look, we've got a home match coming up. Hope to see you all there. I'm very excited. I'm going to be out there. And I think the boys are primed. You know, they've had to look at themselves, go to some dark places. I'm feeling very positive going ahead. I think we will get to the playoffs and for greater glory from there on.
Remember, follow us on Twitter. Tell us what you think. Share. And remember, this is the sport they play in heaven. Rugby.